Hello, hello, herd. All right, let's have a little bit of conversation about the segments, shall we? So we've talked about this in the rider guide. This, for those of you who are new, the format is not for our event is not a first to finish. We have time segments, and so we'll just go over those really quickly. But here's something that's super important to remember. This is mostly about the fun. In fact, it's entirely about the fun. Um, the reason we do segments, give you an opportunity to ride hard, give some light scoring, and then have an opportunity to ride with your friends in between. We do have podiums at the end of this, and so that's all listed in the rider guide. Here's the thing with segments here, right? So we talked about this being on public roads, and I've talked about this year when we have a later harvest. So there's stuff going on. Um, Lots of things that are happening. So entirely possible, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's entirely possible that you could be in the middle of a segment and then get stopped up by something. So it's not been uncommon for me to be on a ride on, say, the third on the Cypress Mountain segment and have to stop because there's a rancher out there moving cattle across the road. We don't have control over that. So just come into it with a spirit of fun. All right. And if you get stopped by cows crossing the road, you get stopped by cows crossing the road. Um, that's bike racing here at the Bovine sometimes. All right. So first segment is Kyler Canyon, starts at mile 19.3, ends at mile 25.5. So you got a long climb. It'll start kind of it starts as sort of a little bit of a flattish roller, and then it turns into a climb. I've just heard that the conditions on Kyler are great. The rains that we got the other day have made it really, really nice. So that's great. It's taken some of the dust out. And for those of you who done it before, it's the one that gets a little bit moon dusty. Second segment on the Big Bovine is is Cypress Mountain Drive. So this one is actually mostly mostly asphalt with rollers, but it's got some steep rollers up to 14.6%. You're going to be on a descent off of Chimney Rock Road, and you make a left onto Cypress Mountain Drive. There's a water stop right before the timing mat. There will be a water stop. So then you just get your water and hit it. And I do think that you're probably going to want to get some water um, and because the climb that happens after that segment ends is pretty gnarly. So that'll be a roller segment, and it actually ends on a pretty annoying pitchy dirt climb. So you'll probably have, how long is that core? That's almost 4 mile segment, and easily 3.5 miles of it is roller asphalt, and then you got a half-mile climb, and it's a pretty rough finish on that climb. So get your water beforehand, and then the third segment will be Santa Rita Road, the dirt section from where the dirt section starts to the top of that climb. It's pretty long. It's going to be a 4.5 mile segment. So settle in and have a good time. We'll have water and fluid at the top, and there you go. So remember, segments, it's because we're on public roads and we're in harvest, stuff can happen. So if you're banking on crushing the segments and making that how you define fun, maybe reconsider that. Just anything is possible out there, all right? But stay safe, and we're going to make it a great day. All right, take care.